Hello everyone, I'm Cole from the Kingdom, and today we're talking more about the next Mass Effect game. I already made one video on why I don't want to return to the Milky Way, and I stand by that. But since that's the direction it seems like they're going, I'm just going to talk about how I'd prefer to see them do it. One commenter brought up something in my last video that I had kind of considered, but they articulated it pretty well. The idea is that the main plot of the game will be about bringing order back to a galaxy that has erupted into chaos in the wake of the Reaper War. I brought up in my last video that many settled worlds would have erupted into civil wars and clans fighting for survival. It would be a lot like a post-apocalyptic story, just on many different worlds. I'm not going to get into the ending of Mass Effect 3, I don't want to speculate about that. What they should do is take my advice and redo the ending of 3 in the remaster. They probably won't do that, but I think they should. People would be upset about that, but the Mass Effect community is going to be upset about everything no matter what they do. I've made my peace with that. Now, if they don't take my advice, the mass relays are still destroyed. It would take a long time to rebuild them into an actually functioning network. It would go significantly faster if Shepard controlled the Reapers, or if synthesis was a thing, but based on the dead Reaper, that's probably not happening. We see concept art of them building what appear to be new mass relays, but we established the Protheans were just knocking on the door of building their own relays. So I find it hard to believe that our current races could do it right after the Reaper War. I'm sorry, I don't want to speculate about this. The reason I'm talking about the relays is because in order to do this Galaxy of Chaos idea, there needs to be a time skip, but it can't be too long. Now the big questions. Genophage and Geth. If the time skip is short enough, the problems with the Krogan could be done in a satisfying way by seeing the direct aftermath of Shepard's decision. Rex or Reeve was on Earth, which means they were unable to get back to Tuchanka until the relays were repaired. If Eve was there, cool. If not, many Krogan clans would probably try to seize power. If the cure was sabotaged, see my video for the Abandoned to hear what I think they should do with that. The Abandoned would be a huge threat that only exists if you sabotage the cure. So that would be difficult to write, but I think they could handle that. I would sincerely hope they don't exist if the cure worked, because that means the choice actually mattered and gives the Abandoned a depth. The Terminus systems around Omega would actually probably be doing the best in terms of infighting under Aria's leadership. But there's probably some oppression going on. Slave labor and stuff on Outer Worlds. Also, Omega itself had slaves. I don't know how many people realize that, but they talk about it in the books. Now, the Paragon ending for the Omega DLC.
Gain my favor by rounding up the remaining Cerberus invaders and we will cast them from our home. Then bury and mourn our dead.
What? Guys, they're implanted with Reaper tech and indoctrinated. I'm firmly under the belief that all life is precious, don't get me wrong. But these guys are literally beyond saving. All casting them out does is enable them to do more harm elsewhere. This doesn't make any sense to me. Give them mercy. Anyway, Galaxy in chaos because broken relays mean broken supply lines. Areas with more of a military and government presence would be better off than isolated planets. New factions arise that are dangerous. Galaxy in turmoil. Geth might be gone. That sucks. Quarians might be gone. That sucks. Both might be gone. That sucks. Both might be alive. That's a lot of possibilities to write into a game. And the fact of the matter is that their presence will probably be minimal because of that. So that's where I'm going to wrap things up. In short, the galaxy is in chaos in the wake of the Reaper War, and the destroyed relays are a big reason for that. If they change the ending, it still works. I mean, the galaxy is huge, and of course there are going to be people trying to take advantage of the chaos. So that's what the game would be about. The time skip should be relatively short in order to allow all these things to happen, and to see the results of Shepard's choices in a satisfying way that also isn't absurdly difficult to write. So what do you guys think of these ideas? Be sure to let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later.